And welcome to Red Coin, the Nintendo podcast. It is the first podcast of the month, a new month. It's February. My name is Adam, and I'm here with Cam.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's the Valentine's Day month. Time for love in the air.
Love is in the air.
There's also a bunch of cool movies coming out, a bunch of cool video game stuff.
And
yes,
bunch
Aaron's
cool, you mean
here
Deadpool.
too.
Hey guys, yeah, I'm
Aaron's
also
here too.
Yeah.
Now we're missing someone today. Chris is away with a case of the gastritis, so hopefully he'll be feeling better
Get
soon.
the all details on
No,
that,
he's
so.
spewing out from both ends right now. Chris is sick, so he won't be here today. But filling in for him is no one. It's just us three today.
Yeah, we send our love, Chris, and look, we hope you're feeling better, and hope we can do the podcast justice without you. But Nintendo news still carries on and
We should
still
have
keeps going.
like a kind of robotic voice we can sub in as Chris.
I am Chris. Welcome to a podcast.
This is Robo.
You
Chris.
sound very different, Chris, compared to last time.
Robo Chris.
Anyway, so Nintendo.
Yes.
Lots of things happening.
Yes, let's start.
Lots of things have been
Let's
happening.
start with what we've been playing.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get that out of the way first. I would like to just kind of talk about an experience that I had last week. I went to my friend's house and he had Zelda Triforce Heroes available. And so we played Zelda Triforce Heroes with me and another friend of ours on 3DSs.
Right, and was that with download play, or you all own the game?
So one person owned it. So yeah, so my friend owned it, and then we all just download played off of him.
All right.
And I was really impressed with it, I must say. It I think it kind of distills a lot of the puzzle elements of Zelda down into sort of these. I don't want to say bite size, because the levels do take probably around 5 to 6 minutes, but they are smaller than average.
Does
right?
that cause them to be simpler, or there's still that challenge there?
There's still that challenge there. It's just it's at a different level. So we played around 4 worlds. So we got up to the volcano stage or whatever, and I noticed at that point it was starting to escalate.
So is a world sort of like the Mario worlds, where there's a world and then there's levels within it, or is a world a specific like one level?
Okay, so the worlds are, it's very much it's similar to Mario, sort of the new Super Mario's franchise in that. So one world will have all these levels in it, and every level has 4 sort of sub things. So, so when you're done with one area, everyone gets on the triangle, the Triforce, and then is moved on to the next part of the area, and sort of in escalating difficulty. So so there's 8 stages in every world, and we did around 3 worlds. Okay. We just got up to the last level in the volcano before we got a bit tired. And then
how long would that
let's
have
get some
been?
food.
How long, in terms of hours or minutes played, do you think that would have taken?
We played I'd say a good 2 hours
All
worth.
right.
And that's 4 worlds. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So solid,
3
solid
worlds.
chunk.
3 worlds.
Three
So and there's 8, I think, overall. 8 always tends to be the number that's standard in these games.
Yeah.
So, look, overall, we are going to play it again. So I'll have more to report at that point. But one thing I think what's really good is that the download play saves it. So if I start up again, it'll save all my progress.
Do you have to be playing with the same people though?
I take it would have to be maybe the same
person
game.
who owns the same game.
Who owns the game. But I do think if I then bought a copy of the game, it will copy across it.
It'd be cool to test that out.
It would be cool to test that out. I might sort of EB rent it or something like that.
So out of, say, 10 red coins, what would you give it?
I'd give it a solid 7. It is a solid 7.
7 so 8 red coins.
7 out of 8 red coins. No. Out of 8 red coins, I'd
It's just
give
a
it...
ridiculous unit of measurement.
Yeah.
Well, that's how many coins there are.
But what I do want to say is, I really thought, so in terms of the download play, every time you start a level, you wear a costume. Yeah. And these costumes have certain perks. So certain perks like, you can shoot 3 bows at once instead of 1. Or you drop a bigger bomb. Yeah. Okay? And every level starts out with you selecting a weapon. So there might not be a bomb available that level. There might be boomerangs or there might be a water wand. So it's about also level... it's about, in your team, kind of figure out who wants which item, and that was really cool. That was a really unique sort of thing that every player gets one special item and they have to do different things with that item. That's what I really liked. But with the download play, understandably, one of the limitations is you can't have more than 2 costumes at any given time, which makes a lot of sense. But at the end of each level, you're rewarded with materials for these costumes. So eventually, you can amass a whole variety of costumes.
It sounds like...
a whole wardrobe.
It sounds like they're going back to the old sort of download plays where download play was actually used. In the recent couple of years, like download play just took a back seat. Like it was very limited to the games that did it. I remember back when like Mario Kart DS came out, they had a really good download play.
But that defaulted your character into Shy Guy. So if you didn't own the game, you were kind of stuck with Shy Guy. So there was that limitation.
So they're revisiting it.
Yeah. And my understanding is it's interesting that you bring Mario Kart up because I think that's the shining example of, if someone didn't own Mario Kart, you could still play Mario Kart with them, and I think that was really good.
And fairly unrestricted in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, there's character selection and stuff like that was limited, but you could still play any track that anyone else chose.
That is true. You could play any track, which is different to maybe in the past where, like, I remember even playing on Game Boy Advance back in the day when you didn't need a cart. Because I think for some of them you didn't need a cart. Or maybe I'm wrong in assuming this.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I
would have to. I'd have to go back and check.
Yeah.
But one thing I noticed, is that download play, I think maybe the reason for us download play has gone down in significance is because we are adults and we have more purchasing power.
Yeah.
We're more likely to have those games.
Yeah. Also, the games we play now are less party and friend themed and more single player. Like, well,
I disagree.
Not in the grand
scheme. Think arguably everything I do is more multiplayer focused now.
I feel things are becoming more, and this is a person that's coming from me who likes single player games.
Yeah,
I feel like, especially the whole when next gen consoles came out, you had to be connected to the internet. I feel games are definitely going towards more multiplayer and less of me being able to just play by myself.
I mean, in handheld terms at least, like majority of the games on DS, so like the ones that have been released, you got your Zeldas and stuff like that, are more aimed at single player, and they may have a multiplayer little battle mode. Like the one I'm trying to think of as an example would be the old the Super Mario Bros. DS, where it had the Giant Mario, where you could run around and play the game, and then you could play download play, and it had the old fashioned Mario vs Luigi battle mode, where it's the old school one where you have to like run past the screen.
Yeah.
And there was a few like that had been brought out, where now it's all about having the entire game. Like you're very limited in what you can do if you don't own the game. Whereas with this new Zelda one, obviously they've taken a step back from that and are saying, look, here's the full game pretty much.
Yeah.
See how much you like playing it, and then go buy it, and then you can play this at any point rather than having to download it each time.
Yeah.
But
I do see the appeal of the game even in a single player capacity, but there is something to be said about the magic of having 3 people in the room and playing it.
Yeah.
I really appreciated that. Another thing about DS download play that I remember is from Super Mario 64 DS as well. That was those mini games were some of my favorites. And there was a whole variety of mini games you could do. And it was all through single cart download play. Yeah. And that was a real bonus for people. I definitely recommend it. I think I would love to see us give it a go as well. I might even, if I get some spare cash, I might pick it up and we can try it out.
I'd definitely try it out. I don't think I'd buy it at this point.
But you don't have to.
Exactly.
See, that's the thing.
That's
download play now.
Yeah, I think you play it on your friend's download play and then you go and buy it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's an interesting proposition for them. And I'm interested to see how that develops.
Is that all you've really been playing?
From the Nintendo side, that's what I've been playing. Oh, last night as well, I just wanted to talk about this. I dug up Advance Wars Days of Ruin for DS. Oh, no, not Days of Ruin, Dual Strike. The favourite one. So I dug that up out of my... I have a cabinet full of DS games, and I played that. And I was like, I remember turning this game off because I had hit that point in the campaign where I wasn't getting...
Yeah.
I just had no way of moving on.
So how long ago was it since you picked this game up?
Oh, it must be out 07, 08. So it's like 8 years old, but it still hasn't aged in my view because of the art style, because of...
And did you manage to get past that little rough patch?
Look, I didn't, because I did try it. So I firstly tried it out myself, wasn't very good at it because I had forgotten a lot of things, but I did try it, and then I tried looking up a game fact, and then the game fact didn't have enough information. And then I even tried a YouTube video, and then again, it wasn't Because obviously the AI can work in mysterious ways and can move and do things that aren't typical. It's not a set AI, if you will, during the campaign. Yeah. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking to pick it up because, like, I'm at mission 23, so I'm so close to the end. I might as well finish it, and I'd love to pick it up because I have fond memories of playing that game, and it has been a while that the franchise, because that was, I think, a one and done for me. Like, I played like the ones on GBA way after the fact, and then I got it on DS, but then I never played the second one after that.
What about you, Aaron? What have you been playing?
Not much different to last episode. I think. It's more and more Pokemon. We've had our first PC with new VGC 16 rules.
So you guys, you and Adam ended up
came along
out.
to that too.
Yes. So this was on Sunday.
Yep.
Bright and early at 10.
It was,
10 on a Sunday.
So I hear one of you did pretty well, the other one did reasonably well.
Yeah.
So what was the turnout in the end? How many actual participants in the...
So we had 18 in the Masters division.
Yep.
And we had...
I think between the juniors and the seniors, it was 8. It was in seniors. Yeah.
So around 24 to 30 would be the top
which I think is for a local tournament that's sanctioned by the Pokemon... not the Pokemon League, but the Pokemon...
The powers that be.
The powers that be.
Yeah.
I think is pretty good.
And even the tournament organizer did say at the end, like, thanks for the good turnout, guys. Like, this is a really good turnout for a PC. And, you know, it just promotes further stuff like this in the future.
And the prize was a great prize. Like, I think for us, first place for the Masters was a $60 Nintendo gift card.
Yeah.
Which for me always goes a long way.
Yeah.
You know? And it would have gone a long way for Aaron too, I imagine.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
So... Aaron, you came, was it 5th?
I came 5th, so I was really happy with my results. I went.
He was giving us text updates
take us through your day, Aaron, and then I'll go through my day.
We played 5 battles, and then it was obviously top cut. I went 5-0 for the first 5 battles, so I was on a roll.
Yes.
Then
how do you felt like some of those battles, and were there any close calls or anything?
Plenty of close calls. It was
learned.
About 4 of those battles, came down to we each had one Pokemon left and we were both in the red.
Oh, wow.
And it was really good. Like, I really enjoyed the battles. And that's what I really like about this new meta game.
The format in general?
People are saying, everything's really overpowered, stuff like that. But I think that it still counters to everything. And
Do you feel like it's a faster format, Aaron?
Definitely, yeah. There's a lot more OKs flying around.
And... It's so interesting that I was talking about this with you when we were there at Good Games, and I said... It does feel like a faster format. And then my first round was really slow because it was a Smeagol Dark Void off because I had a Smeagol Dark Void.
Nice.
So for those who don't know, Dark Void is a move that allows 2 Pokemon to fall asleep at once, and it's pretty devastating in doubles. Because it has that ability.
I think I actually got through my first 3 battles without versing a single Dark Void Smeagol. But there was plenty of them running around.
I think I'd come up against it 2 or 3 out of the 5 times.
How was Mega Kangaskhan going? Did you see many?
I saw one, and it was still a struggle point for me. They're
definitely still around, but it's definitely been replaced by things like Primal Grab and Primal Cone.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to think as Kangaskhan as well because it is resembles a kangaroo as kind of the Australian Pokemon, and I think the Australian metagame at the time did fall in love with it.
Can you have a Primal and a Mega? On the same thing?
Yeah,
so you
can.
Because they are
So
separate.
for me, on my team, I had also... So you're allowed 2 of the special legendaries. We've talked about this before. So I had Xerneas and I had Kyogre. Yeah. And my Mega was Salamence.
Okay.
And it kind of made me psychologically feel like I have to pick those 3 every match, which I don't know if necessarily the best thing.
No, like, for example, on my team, I think I use Mega Mewtwo.
Yeah.
X. And my other legendary is Evitel.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the time I don't bring Evitel to the match. I always bring Mewtwo X because A, I love him, and B, he's awesome.
Sure.
But a lot of the time I find I'm leaving Evitel in the back.
Yeah. That's interesting that question as well. And I think a lot of the better Pokemon players will be able to sort of say, I don't need to bring a Mega into the match, right? But I feel like you do need to bring in your Primal.
Yeah.
Like you do need to bring in a Primal Legendary. It's just... Because I won against someone who... didn't use any legendaries at all and maybe wasn't aware of the new changes in the format. And I was explaining to her and I was saying, look, I understand you don't want to use legendaries, but unfortunately to remain competitive in this format, you will have to. Because Kyogre, Groudon, Yveltal, Xerneas, they're also overpowered.
Yeah.
So you made it through.
I went
you were
5
the top person.
I was number 1 standing
you were
going into
riding
the finals.
high.
And
then what happened?
Then we got knocked out first round of Top Cup.
And it was it a close match? Like, what happened?
No,
what do you think happened?
I got rolled. It was I was versing someone who was won a lot of PCs in the past, was quite experienced.
Sure.
It was just I lost to a good Tailwind team. Tailwind just destroys my team, and
So for the viewers at home, Tailwind is a move that
speed boosting move.
Boosts the speed of all the players on your side of the field.
Yeah, my team is I think naturally fast, but as soon as someone else gets that speed boost on top of me, I'm gone.
And speed is really crucial, I think, in this format as well. I mean, it's always been an important part of Pokemon. People talk about speed tiers as this thing of like what Pokemon will outspeed what Pokemon, and I think more than ever now that Kyogre and Groudon are such a big part of it, and weather and that kind of thing, speed is a big part of it. Cam, I think if you were to play the format, do you have a feel about what kind of Pokemon you would use?
Look, I think overall I'm still the most successful for tournaments out of the Red Coin crew. Because back from the old days with my Hail team, I've won two of our two competitions we've all participated in.
Yes.
With the same basic setup as my Bomber Snow Hail team.
Yeah. So does that make you keen and want to get back into it?
I am quite interested. Honestly, like, I'm a bit hesitant to get into the whole Legendaries thing. Like, I still think it's kind of a silly change. Maybe it's what the competition needs to just make it a bit quicker. There were a lot of stall-out games.
Yeah.
So I'd be keen to get into it. I'd probably look at more doing a good stuff team, if anything. Or a very minimal sort of weather team where it's good stuff / weather.
Well, that's the thing, like,
weather in the background.
I've noticed because of Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre, Hail and Sand are taking a backseat and everything's sun or drizzle now. So.
Well, it would be.
Hail doesn't exist.
If this is one you want to get into weather, it pretty much has to be one of those two.
I'd like to see how the old Swift Swim Kingdra would go now, because that was a bit of a killer back in the day.
That'd be interesting to look at.
I've seen a few of them around; they're pretty good.
I do think. Look, I mean, obviously, this is the format they put to us. I think it speaks of promotion.
Yeah,
they want to put out these games and want to be like, you want to get Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby?
Yeah,
get it, because it's the only way you get these Pokemon.
Speaking of getting it. We've had 2 releases for Pokemon. We've had the Hooper, which we should hopefully all had by now.
Yep. Yes,
you can. I don't know if you can still get codes, but the codes are still available. And you can still use the codes if you have them already.
Yes,
they're not expired
that is correct.
yet.
Yes,
but as we haven't touched on it, so this is new news for us. Sure. Pokemon for the 20th anniversary are releasing a legendary Pokemon every month for the next 12 months.
Yes.
So we're starting off with
some
Mew.
good ones and some bad ones, but we start off with a great one.
What's really interesting about it is they're doing it in basically the order that they would have been released, which is cool because I never got to get my Mew as a kid. I never got to take my game cart into the shopping center and get him to put it in this big machine.
Sure.
So I finally have my legit Mew. I noticed not the Mew. The Mew is just I think the original trainer is RS or something like that.
Yeah, as far as I know, they're level 100 and it comes with just Pound.
Yeah.
And it comes in a Cherish Ball.
Yeah. The annoying thing about the Hooper, though, is, and this might be something from the movie or the series I haven't seen, but it came with the original trainer of someone else. I can't remember the name. It was something like Trent or something like that.
Okay.
I thought that was very interesting. Not seeing the movie, I might be missing out a big major point of what the Hooper is, but I thought that was very weird. And being a completionist and a perfectionist, I like to have all my Pokemon have the original trainer be Cameron.
Of course.
So that was a bit annoying. But so I finally got a legit Mew. I did have a Mew on my yellow version back on Game Boy, which was caught using the Mew glitch in game.
Right.
Are you guys aware of the Mew glitch?
Well, I'm aware of it now. I mean, back in the day, there were so many rumors. Kids back in the day when you didn't have the internet.
Kids don't understand.
It was way easier for rumors to abound because they were unsubstantiated. And basically, the only way I consumed news was through, like, K-Zone magazine, right?
Well,
like,
let's go over some of the classic classic rumors. So, moving the truck behind SS Anne.
Yes,
I tried that.
Which they referenced in Fire Red and Leaf Green.
So you can actually trade across a Pokemon that has cut and allow you to not go in the SSN and surf around and get to there. So you can actually get to the truck, but it doesn't do anything. Mm-hmm. The other one I heard was if you let your game go for 1,000 hours, that's a Pokegear, and that resets SSN, so you can go back again. Truck doesn't work.
Yep.
There's also if you run around Bill's, the little pools of water at the front of Bill's 300 times, that does it.
Yeah.
If you catch all the Pokemon, one of my favorites was running around with Skid. If you catch all the Pokemon, go to Celadon. Go see the person who rates your Pokedex, and they open up the Seafoam Islands. sorry, not Seafoam, the Orange Islands, and that lets you go catch Mew.
Yep.
Wow.
But all you get is a little thing you can print out on the old Game Boy printer.
Yeah, a little certificate. Yeah.
But the real way of catching Mew, and this is a big tip for anyone who's listening in now,
that you couldn't find on the internet. No, you probably could.
Oh, maybe. But anyway, so you start off. You play through the game like normal until you get to Mount Moon.
Sure.
You catch yourself either a Jigglypuff or a Clefairy.
Yeah.
You get it to learn Sing, which it should probably already know by then.
Yep.
And then that's when you're ready to start. You go through, you get to Mount Moon, and you head up towards the bridge.
Right.
You go through, you beat the Nugget Bridge, and then you go catch an Abra.
Right.
You walk to the left, and do you remember there's a patch of grass that goes down towards Mewtwo Cave, and there's a trainer there?
Yep.
You walk into the trainer site, press pause. And there's an exclamation mark, but if you time it right, you can pause yourself and be talking to him at the same time.
Right.
You teleport, he approaches you for the battle, and then you teleport back to the Pokemon Center in Cerulean. You then walk up the bridge, go to your right, you go fight a trainer with a Slowpoke, you beat him, and then you go back to the bridge, walk up, your start button doesn't work, and then a Mew appears.
Wow.
And then you can catch a Mew in-game, and it doesn't do the missing number screw up.
But when you did this at the time, how excited were you? Because you'd heard about this, you didn't believe it.
I did it on an emulator to make sure first,
okay.
and then I went through it and it worked. I was like, okay, well, let's see if it works on cart then, and it did. But I was very skeptical, but then it worked out. I might be a little bit off. I think you might have to go to the Slowpoke trainer first, but that's all the steps involved with it. So look it up. It's the only way confirmed to catch Mew in the original games.
Yeah.
So that was really good.
I just wanted to talk a little bit about sort of my experience with the day. So I was there with a team that Aaron had so kindly trained up for me, which was great to see. What I wanted to kind of go into the day was just really feel out the format and understand.
You really want to check out like what everyone else was using.
Yeah, I didn't expect to do well.
Yeah,
and I didn't.
No, you came what? You did 2?
Well, I got 2 wins out of 5, so that's a losing record.
Still,
and
a lot of
close
12th?
matches. There were a lot of close matches. Yeah, I finished 12th out of 18. So a bit annoyed because I kind of did want to get that at least 3 wins and guarantee a berth in the top 8, if you will, and maybe even go up against you. I would have ended up, but overall, it was a really fun day, and I will be back there. It's a great venue. Like it's really it's not too crowded or anything like that. Everyone has the right space, and I just thought it was a really good spot to play games, and I'd be keen to go back. So that's at Good Games in Cannington.
Yeah.
We incorrectly said it was Morley last time, but yeah, Good Games in Cannington.
I am keen to check that out. I'd be really interested. I might have to get.
And it's so close to me as well. Like that's the thing. It's like it's really close to my house. So that was. I thought it was in Morley when you were like telling me, and then
the original venue was Retro Games in Morley.
Yes.
So this is the first one that both of us have been to at Good Games in Cannington.
Yeah, nice. Okay. So yeah, I think that'd be great. Okay, I think at this point we should delve into some Pokemon news, seeing as we are talking about Pokemon.
Yeah, well, I think Cam just wanted to talk about the other Pokemon that are coming out this year for the anniversary.
So we've gotten a big list. They've done a big roster for the year, which is really cool. It gets you hyped up for all the Pokemon you need. Now, I've got probably 4 or 5 of all the Pokemon already, just from playing and being there relevant, like the Victini that you could get,
or like
on
getting them
day.
Online, or or getting the codes.
You've got Mew from the 1st to 24th of Feb.
Yep.
Celebi from March 1st to 24th. So more.
Celebi for March. Yep. Next.
Celebi for March. Jirachi from April 1st to 24th. Yep. So it's very interesting that they're doing 1st to 24th as well.
It must be because in the dissemination. So some of these will be at EB Games.
Yeah. From what I understand, every 3rd it will be in store. Yeah. And then the other 2 are digital download.
Okay.
So
which we don't know. They haven't confirmed the rest for Australia at this point. Yeah. But we assume that because Mew is available as of today.
Well, I'll go through. This is just looking off some of the official Pokemon news. So Celebi and Jirachi, the next 2, are available on Nintendo Network. So they will be download only.
Then what?
Darkrai is for May. That is another EB Games one. That will be a code. So that's Darkrai, which is another one that I have, but is not an official one.
Right.
Manaphy from June. That's a Nintendo Network one.
That's a nothing legendary. Anyway.
It's one I don't have, though, so I need it. Shaman.
I always like Shaman.
Shaman's cool. That's another one I never got to catch.
Never liked
so I'm happy for that one. That's for Nintendo Network again. Then the God of all gods. I'm not talking about Omanite. I'm talking about Arceus.
Yeah.
Arceus is another in-store one, so you'll get the code for that. That's for August. Victini, which we should all have if you've been playing properly. Yes. September in Nintendo Network. Keldeo, again, you should all have that on Nintendo Network. Genesect is an in-store one in November, and then Meloetta in December is Nintendo Network. So that gives us all the event Pokemon ever released up until Hooper, which has already been released recently.
Which is great.
Also, and Living out Volcanion as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Officially a released one. So
I think it's really great that they're doing this as well. It's giving everyone an opportunity to, if they've fallen out of the franchise, to come back in. And it's like, it's a 20th anniversary. It's a big year. Get all the legendaries, get up to speed, because we're going to gear up for something. And there's going to be a new game somehow. I'm
especially happy of it, because if you go back to some episodes, I've said a few times how excited I would be if Nintendo said, look, you spend $1.99 and you unlock a Mew event. Mm-hmm. So they've basically done that for free. I'm still a bit annoyed being the perfectionist and the completionist that it won't say original trainer my name, but at least you have an officially recognized one.
Sure, yeah.
Obviously, none of them can be used in competition, but they're there.
Yeah.
So I like to put a little mark on my event Pokemon, so that if in some situation where you can get an official Pokemon with your name, then I know to replace it.
But it is different now. I think it's less about us wanting to go through the experience of catching these legendaries, and people prefer maybe being given these legendaries.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. Because I know the times that I've tried to go up against legendaries with like a low capture rate, it's been really frustrating if you don't have a Master Ball at the ready.
Well, that being said, on every game since Black White 2, I've caught every legendary Pokemon in a Pokeball.
Wow.
I have every single, and that includes Mewtwo's.
Why? Just out of a preference?
Well, originally I was catching them in Premier Balls because I just thought it was cool.
Yeah, they do look nicer.
But I like the idea of having the little Pokeball symbol on every single Pokemon I have. Again, I have OCD.
Fair enough, yeah.
OCPD, Obsessive Compulsive Pokemon Disorder.
Yeah.
It doesn't apply to anything else in my life, just Pokemon. For some reason, boxes have to be organized, in order, everything with my original trainer name, and I can only catch male Pokemon.
Well,
it's not a chauvinistic thing, I just like the little blue figurine. I don't know why, I've always done it.
Well.
So that's just kind of what we've all been up to, and let's touching on Nintendo news now.
Yeah.
I haven't actually said what I've done lately.
Oh, yes.
And this is going to ruffle some feathers. I haven't been playing much Nintendo. I know, I'm sorry. No. I've addressed this before. There's just not much out right now. That being said, today me and Aaron picked up Mario Maker, and we're starting to do our revenge level for you guys. It's coming along pretty well.
That's exciting. So Chris and I have that to look forward to.
Yeah, look guys, I'm kind of feeling bad about it. When we first started making it, we were like, maybe it's too easy. Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not anymore. I'm kind of worried that it's too hard now. So,
I think you doubt my skill level.
Well,
you doubt Chris and I's skill level. This isn't going to be a thing of where Cam just takes over from Aaron. Like, I
have full faith that you'll both do quite well at this.
Yeah, it's very interesting. There's new techniques that I think haven't really been.
Can you at least tease which skin you've gone with?
All right. Well, we're doing a Mario 3.
Mario 3.
I'll give you a little not a hint, just a little taste. There's a pipe that you go down into Aaron's idea, and it's just a room, and the theme of the room is question mark block.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
Right. Okay.
But I've been playing.
It seems like a lot of hidden blocks and hell awaits me, everyone.
See. No, I've been playing a bit of PlayStation. I won't get into it being a Nintendo podcast, but I just want to give a quick shout out. I was playing Shadows of Mordor a long time ago, and it was a really good game, but I found it very difficult. I was getting killed a lot, and then I stopped playing it for a while. So I restarted my game this morning. And just for some reason, it all clicked all of a sudden. I finally figured out how to do things. So I've been playing it, and I've actually been doing pretty well at it today. So I've been playing that for about 4 hours today.
I want to ask you a question as it kind of relates to Nintendo. So we've had a lot of talk about the Nemesis system in that game as being, a really shining example of innovation in gaming.
Sure, yeah.
Do you think the Nemesis system could be sort of adapted into a Nintendo franchise? And if so, what sort of franchise would you want to see it adapted into?
I would love to see it. Honestly, it's such an ingenious idea. The fact that there's persistence in the game. It's not so linear as, okay, you go through, you kill this guy, okay, now you go kill the next boss. The fact that and for those who don't know, basically what happens in it, you have your captains who are, they're not the ultimate bosses, but they're an increased amount of strength. You kill them, and then they are replaced by another captain. But if they kill you, they go up in rank and they become harder. And then if you try and go revenge kill them and they kill you again, they go up again and again. And then you have war chiefs who can be promoted. And it's very, very interesting because it gives you this feeling of like I actually have a nemesis. It feels like you're playing another cat, like another human almost.
Yeah.
You know, I have to kill this guy. He's killed me twice now. I have to go after him. And sometimes they come back from the dead. It's really cool. They're like, you thought I was dead, didn't you? And you're like, what?
And you were wrong.
Like,
no, that's
so that's really good. I'd love to see that. Like, obviously, a Pokemon game would work with your rival.
Yeah.
Being like maybe have a
But so
okay.
what change?
Listen
how do
up,
they adapt
listen up,
changes
Game
to the
Freak.
rivals?
Okay, this is what you need to do.
Okay.
Instead of at the start, this is my grandson Gary. You have no rival at the start. Mm-hmm. As you go through the first few starting areas, you battle people, and then depending on how well you beat, if you like floor them without losing HP, they start hating you. Yeah, and they start following you.
Love
and
it.
then so it's a random chance
and it's
of
not,
these people.
It's not the same person too. Like, can you imagine if everyone has a different one? Like, Bugcatcher Roy is my rival, and like Cool Kid Adam is your rival.
Yeah.
You know?
Or
like,
youngster Joey, who'll just be chasing around with his Rattata all day.
I do have a secret rival with youngster Joey already.
I love
me and him beef hard.
Yeah. Oh, well,
the
Rattata
guy
is top %.
What about the guy with 6 Magikarp? That's my favorite.
So I think that'd be really cool, and you can extend that. Have a gym leader like be persistent against you. Say no, you're not getting your badge. Like we have to go again.
Yeah.
And or even just random chance like, this guy, I saw you in Lavender Town, like, let's fight again. Or have each town have a rival that you have to be aware of, that when you go into that town, your presence is alerted to them and they come and follow you around. So every 5 or 6 battles in the wild, they appear for a random
I can just
encounter.
see, like, you turn down an alleyway in, like, I don't know, some town. And
hey, you!
You've come to the wrong neighborhood, kid.
Yeah.
We don't take kindly to you, boy.
You know what it is, right? I do think it's interesting you mentioned the rival thing, because I think in the past they've done some recent things in the recent games to really up the game with these rivals and make it more part of the story.
Have a group.
You can actually do, like the idea of your rival maybe starts as like a grunt.
Yeah.
In like an organization.
That'd be cool.
And then eventually becomes like an admin.
Yeah.
And by the end, you beat the Pokemon League and they're there.
Yeah.
Like, at the
and
end
they
of
become champion.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I hope Game Freak can do this, because it must be hard to program different kinds of teams and different kinds of Pokemon, but it'd be great to see a little bit like that. It's kind of like how they've done it a little bit where, like, if you pick a certain Pokemon, they pick...
Yeah.
Like, you get a different gym leader, for instance, in Black and White.
I think...
It would be cool in Black and White if, like, say you did have your rival in the organization, they got the other, dragon Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously... you got the white version, they got the black version. Stuff
I would like to see... I think that's the next thing that Pokemon would have to do. Because at this point, you play through Pokemon and it's the same every time.
Yeah.
I would like some replayability. Now, obviously, you can go back and play the old Pokemon games, but it's the same linear story.
Well, let's hope that's what happens with Go as well. Like, we can have rivals in real life and stuff.
Well, that just comes down to real, actual rivalry.
Yeah.
That's going to tear apart some friendships.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so, ultimately... There's lessons to be learned from playing other consoles and other games, and I think Nemesis system for Pokemon, I think that's something we can all co-sign as something we want.
And honestly, that system will work for a lot of things. Like, you could have Goombas in Mario Kart that get progressively stronger. You can have Koopas that follow you. Obviously, Bowser is already a big nemesis in there, but what if... the Koopa you squash in the first level ends up being the boss of that world.
Yeah.
It's like, you think you can just step on me like that and he gets some, super growth hormone and turns into a big boss. That type of stuff would work. And Metroid, I think, would be another one that would have some cool nemesis things like that. Just have bad guys following you around that are persistent depending on how you kill them. I think that'd be
even
really
in a
cool.
racing game like Mario Kart, like the potential is really endless. So I would like to look. I don't want every game to copy the Nemesis system, but I think it's something that really is something that, in the last few years has stuck out at me as something that's really innovative.
Yeah.
But thank you for bringing that up, Cam.
No worries.
All right. Is there anything else you were playing and you wanted to talk about before we delve into some news?
The only other thing I picked up today for the first time in a long time was my Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha.
That was to load up your codes.
Yeah, basically, I had to get my Mew and my Hoopa,
Well, hopefully
which
that's
I
a
put
sign
off.
that you'll be playing and making a team soon then.
Yeah, well, hopefully. Well, it was cool to boot it up. Again, going back to my OCPD, I was going through my boxes and just... I was so happy. I'm just like, yes, look at this completion.
Good.
Yeah.
I've still got a few gaps. There's some, like, I have to go, there's a few things I just haven't been bothered. Like, I got to go back and catch a Flabébé of every character and then evolve that through. And that involves a few
I can't be bothered catching them all.
Yeah. I already
Good on
have
you for
one
doing that.
I have one of each, but not one of their evolved forms. And the annoying thing is, like, the white one is so hard to catch.
Yeah.
I finally caught it, but you can breed them and they breed the same color.
Okay.
So there's a shortcut there, but I had enough of breeding.
Yeah.
I just...
No more eggs.
Yes.
No more eggs, everyone.
Yes.
Okay, so we're on
All
some
right.
news now.
Yes, well, let's start off with some financial news. So we've got a bit of a sales decline after, Wii U's holiday lineup. We talked about it on the podcast before. We termed it as very sparse. I don't think we picked up anything. A lot of stuff was pushed back a few months.
Yeah.
So they're down on a year ago after a quarter, which saw them make an operating profit of 33.5 billion yen, off 224.5 billion in revenue. So that's a 7% increase and a 17% decrease. So while there is an increase in operating profit, there's a 17% decrease year on year in terms of revenue.
Yeah.
But this is the anniversary year, so it's all right for them to have a bit of a dip before they, go crazy.
That's
this
true.
year.
No one's buying Wii U.
And you're always going to taper off before the release of a new console.
That's
you're
true.
going to stop going, like, if you have let's not try and get into cars here, but you have a basic Lancer.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you're getting a Ferrari in a week. You're not going to top up your gas just the week before you get it. You're just going to let it just run its course.
Exactly, yeah.
Definitely. So, I mean, Nintendo sold 1.87 million Wii U's in the last quarter. That's Q3, which is a 2% decline on a year ago. But Nintendo has singled out Yoshi's Woolly World as a steady new performer, so that was a big performer in North America for them.
Of course, and that was something we were all looking forward to as well. Yeah,
and that's one of the we decided that was one of the Triforce of power this year.
I think that had a lot to do with the amiibos and stuff as well. Yeah.
And so just as a comparison, so 36 million for Sony and an estimated 19 million Xbox Ones are out there in the wild. So, and Nintendo has sold 12.6 million Wii U consoles since the launch in late 2012. So, look, I think we can all agree that a lackluster lineup has meant a decrease in sales, and hopefully this year with NX, whatever NX is,
Watch those results.
Triple.
It all comes down to if this is the big swan song before it happens. Like, if they go, okay, NX is coming out 2018, that's going to be a kick in the face.
Well, I don't think it is.
But it's not going to.
All the rumours are saying it is.
Yeah.
And so let's sort of delve into some NX rumours at the moment. We've
So-
got
so
a
what-
weekly segment here.
Yeah, I think we're going to be touching on NX a lot over the next few weeks, guys.
Yeah. The rumour mill is rife at the moment. So we have...
I've kind of just heard that we're looking to get the handheld side of it this year, maybe console part next year.
Yeah, so there is an analyst who's come out and said that Nintendo will release what is termed as the NX handheld this year, and then set the console for release the year after.
Right.
This seems like a plausible rumour. We've had rumours in the past talk about it being a hybrid system, and it might make sense to split up the purchasing cost per se and say, buy the handheld now and then next year buy the console. What do we think about that though, as a rumour, and do we lend much credence to it?
I think it's plausible, certainly. Whether or not it's going to happen is yet to be seen. I don't think they would do that, just in the fact that they would want the full purchase. They want to make as much money off it as soon as possible.
Buy it as a bundle.
And I don't think they're going to try and separate stuff. Because like, when the Wii came out, it was all pre-ready. That's what you want. You want the final console.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a bad business move to say, okay, here is the TV, and we'll give you the speakers in a week's time. Like, you want everything
now.
Product.
We want it now.
Yeah.
It's interesting that we talk about that, and in the same breath, we also hear other rumors that it's going to be working with both smartphones, PCs, and competing consoles.
Yeah.
Which is probably the craziest rumor we've heard today.
Sounds really interesting.
What do we think about that? As something like Nintendo known for putting wild stuff out there, is something that works with other consoles the way to go? Is it something that...
I don't know how you would work with other consoles. Like, what do they have to offer?
I just don't see it happening. PC, yes. Maybe some Mac compatibility. smartphones, certainly. I'm very certain of that. I don't see them working. Even if they wanted to, I just don't see PlayStation or Xbox saying yes.
I can definitely see the NX working with Pokemon Go as an app on your phone. Yeah. Like, that's locked in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like... I don't lend much credence to it. I do think the hybrid thing is still a go. I think that's going to be how it sort of comes out in the future. But again, it's just... I don't know. Do we think Nintendo should get out of the front of this and actually release some information about NX to allay some of these rumors?
Not Nintendo. I think
do you think the rumor mill is productive?
Don't be wrong. I think they will soon. Mm-hmm. I very much do think they will soon, but not immediately.
Right.
I think we're due for a direct soon.
We're due for... What's the latest direct coming up?
I'm not sure.
There hasn't been a direct announced. And we'll talk about Smash Bros. Later on in the show. But look, I think there hasn't been a direct announced, and I do think they need to come out. They need to be strong and say, this is what NX is. Get in the forefront of it. They need to not do what Microsoft did, because there was all these rumors about always online with Xbox One, and they still exist. Like, there's still people today who don't know that the Xbox One doesn't require you to be always online.
No.
And it's really something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what those rumors are. One more NX rumor before we sort of close the book on NX.
I like this one, especially because,
I like this one too, because I think I had mentioned it on the show, is that Super Smash Bros. Is planned as an NX launch title, and Namco Bandai are
Now, this is because we heard, because we got a tweet from, was it CEO of Namco Bandai?
No, he's the CEO of a Tokyo-based consultancy company. Okay, again, these are all analysts and consultants. Nothing has been confirmed. These are all rumors. And so this guy says he's been a good source in the past. But yeah, Super Smash Bros. In time for NX. I believe this to be true, but I don't think it's a new Smash Bros.
No, I think it may be a port.
I think it is a complete edition. Like a Game of the Year edition, if you will. Yeah. With the game and all the DLC and stages and costumes.
We just got all the last little DLC and stages and costumes and stuff.
Yes, so Corrin and Bayonetta... And those... Cloud's already out there, mate.
Cloud, sorry.
The associated costumes are now being confirmed as being released on Thursday, Australian time. So get around that and download it.
I can see a Game of the Year edition. I can also see some kind of transfer where you can download your data from your previous game. I think it's too close to say, okay, start over again. Because you already did it with the 3DS version when we moved to the Wii U version. Yeah. Pretty much lost everything because no one plays 3DS.
Well, no, I think the 3DS one has sold more than the Wii U version. So there's a lot of kids out there that just have the 3DS version that will play that. But Cam, I agree that there must be some way to maybe transfer some data over. But again, I don't think data is that important in a Smash Bros. Game. And people will be more than willing to just buy a complete edition.
Yeah, absolutely.
And play it right off the bat. And then go through unlocking some of the characters if they have to, or all the characters unlocked on the disc. I think,
Yeah. A couple quick little rumors as well. This is just more technical. 900p as the definition.
Yeah.
I've heard that. So
again, I don't lend too many credence to these rumors.
There's a lot of talk about, the engine being the most powerful consoles yet.
Yeah.
Well, it has to be. I think it has to be more powerful than PS4 and Xbox, or it has to be on par. Yeah. We've talked about this in the past. But yeah.
Well, the other rumor
I don't lend any credence to those.
The other rumor I heard is sort of cloud communication, where it will borrow the computing power of all other NXs, so that it's a supercomputer sharing all the processing power.
From what I understand of that rumor, you're actually literally playing from Nintendo servers, not borrowing the power from your own device, really, which is interesting.
Which would be a huge step up, and if they find a way to do that properly, then hell's yes.
I'll be interested to see. Look, again, like I said, it's only a couple of months before we probably get a reveal, and all will be revealed, but the rumour mill is running rife.
Cool.
So let's touch upon this.
So that's rumours. What other news do we have?
Yeah, so we've got an announcement for the Smash Bros. DLC that's on Feb 4. So by the time this podcast comes out, get around it, get downloading, and we'll have all gameplay. We'll talk about that next episode.
Yep.
But I really want to talk about this as a big 3DS announcement. That being of the Great Detective Pikachu. So the trailer was released for this game, the Great Detective Pikachu. And it is a sort of Layton-esque game, if you will, with Pikachu doing puzzles and investigating around town. I don't think it's puzzles in so much. I think it's just the investigating part of, say, the Professor Layton franchise.
Not so much Professor Layton, but more of Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
which I'm excited for. I think this
cool.
is a great, cool new idea. I love when Pokemon tries these spin-off games.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're successful. Pokemon Snap. Sometimes they're not.
Pokemon
in my
Conquest.
view, Pokemon. No, I like Pokemon Contest. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Hey,
actually, I should pick up Pokemon Conquest again. I'm gonna pick that back
and
up.
I'm saying it now. I'm picking up Mystery Dungeon when it comes out.
Super
very
Mystery
excited
Dungeon?
Super
for
Mystery
it.
Dungeon,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that
I'm
comes out
excited
this
for
month as well on
Yep.
3DS. So I'm looking forward to seeing
I'll
what you
give
think
a
about
review
that.
for certain.
Yeah, so look, nothing we know about this game. It's not I don't think a boxed game, but I do think it's coming out. I do think it's coming out download only, and it is coming out in Japan. It hasn't been confirmed for Western audiences, but do we believe that this will come out here? Will we get it in a Western audience?
Hey, we got Pokken.
Yeah, that's true. I think
anything's
if we get
possible.
Pokemon, we
It
get
depends.
this.
It depends how successful it is over there. I can see it as maybe a download title.
Yeah.
Maybe obviously a paid one. I can see that happening. Probably not a hard copy though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so.
But will you guys pick this up day one? Like from what you can see from the screenshots and everything?
I haven't seen much of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll have to get a little more information before I make a decision. But it's Pokemon related, so I'll probably give it a go anyway.
Yeah.
I'm putting it in the same basket as Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Like, sure, maybe later down the line when a few people have told me, yeah, it's cool.
Sure.
But maybe not straight off the bat.
Fair enough. Well, speaking of Pokken, because you talked about it,
I did.
there's been some exciting news.
Yeah.
Well, Pokken, they first showed off Chandelure, some gameplay
I
footage.
think we touched on that last time.
Yeah,
last
talked
No,
about
they
it.
actually showed gameplay footage
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
of
right.
Chandelure on
Yep.
Wii U, which is the first time we've seen gameplay footage on
Right.
Wii U. And they also announced that it is going to be one of the games at the upcoming EVO 2016 fighting tournament in Las
Interesting.
Vegas.
That should be good.
That's going to be huge.
So, I think, there's a real push for this game, and Namco are really passionate about it. Do we think the audience is going to get around it? What do we think?
Look, you have two superpowers. You got Tekken and Pokemon. They have real pulling power. They have both very committed fan bases. And I think combining them is combining those fan bases.
Of course.
You're going to have a lot of people, obviously, who cross over both. But I think it's going to be a big thing.
I think people are worried about, certain characters like Chandelure. No one's really sure how it's going to work or what's going to happen.
Certainly.
Obviously...
But I love that, because to me it's very exciting to know that, it doesn't seem like all the characters are confirmed. The game is still a couple of months away from being released. It comes out before...
couple months?
Yeah, a couple of months.
Yeah.
It comes out before Star Fox, so don't forget that.
Yeah.
And so...
It's an next big title that we're waiting on.
It is an next big title, and it's my day one purchase.
It kind of
right?
steamrolls the rest of the year, doesn't it? Like, it gets the ball rolling for the rest of the year, I should say.
Definitely.
For the whole Pokemon anniversary.
Well, it's that, and it's the Pokemon Virtual Console releases, which again we don't know when they're coming out, but that's something to also be mindful about.
Yeah.
I think, I think it's very exciting. I'm glad that it's going to be at EVO. I'm going to be watching those tournaments on Twitch.
That's going to be huge promotion for you. I'm definitely going to be watching them on Twitch and later on YouTube again.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, speaking of promoting,
yes,
we've been doing a few, what should we call them, field trips lately.
Yes, definitely.
We've been checking out a few new places in Perth. And it's enabled us to kind of get our hands onto some stuff we wouldn't usually, and get to experience a bit more of the gaming culture in Perth.
Yeah.
Which
is on the up and up, Cam.
It absolutely
right?
is.
Because these two places we went to, both recently opened and
really cool ideas.
Must see places.
So the videos are available on the YouTube. So the first place we went to was Nostalgia Box, which is privately owned. The girl there, Jessie, real nice girl. She just decided she's going to start collecting the old consoles and opened up a retro
She's been
museum.
doing it for quite a few years, but she's slowly built in her collection over the years. I think she inherited a few consoles from her brothers.
So it's a museum, and you'll see the video on the website. Kind of takes you through the history of these consoles. There's a wall, and it's you go
typical
through
museum.
the walls.
It takes you through the history, the very first Odyssey, through to the SNES, through to the PS3.
I really wish Chris was here for this bit, because he was saying, when we're walking through the museum, how a lot of those consoles contributed to the big crash.
Yeah,
and there's a lot.
Yeah, there were consoles that I'd never heard of, and I call myself someone who knows a lot about the games history and games industry.
There was just a lot of history of video games there. Then even after we went through a museum, we got to play a lot of cool games. We got to play Pong.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got our ass handed.
I got to play Donkey
Jesse.
Kong on a ColecoVision, which was not an optimal experience. But it was an experience.
No, it's really cool. It's separated into two parts. You have the museum you walk through, and then it's a few of the old consoles set up. They've got a SNES set up with some Mario 64. Chris impressed Jesse with about a 20 4-minute run on Mario 64. That was pretty good. It was
Did
a bit
cool
annoying.
speed run, yeah.
He probably got close to his PB there on just a
Well,
random play.
he still did say, like, that was the first time he's ever done it with an old N64 controller, and he still said it felt really weird.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Mortal Kombat with you.
Yeah, I played some Crash Bandicoot again.
I think that was the big part about going there too. Like, it wasn't as much playing the game, because a lot of them you can play as port versions, something like that. But
I do have those games.
It's playing on the old consoles, and playing with those old controllers.
The controllers, There's the feeling of the old NES controller, where just the square of it, like think of a controller now. Imagine if someone told you, they used to have a corner.
Yeah,
a corner on a controller. It feels so weird. Just thinking about it now, like, I mean,
square bits, everything's round.
Yeah. Even the Wii controllers have a rounded edge. I'm talking like a
like a
sharp
boxy. Yeah.
Something you could,
something you could hit your eye on.
Hit your little brother in the head with.
Yeah. So that's really cool.
That was sturdier back in the day.
Check out the video. We'll put the link in the description for you. And go check out the Nostalgia Box.
That was kind of our visit for January.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to do one of these visits a month, I think.
Oh, just whenever.
Well, it just depends if there's events. But then our next exciting place that we went to just this weekend.
I've actually been back since we went as well, because I left my ID there, as you guys did too.
Yes,
did you sneakily play some games?
I did. I played another hour's worth. So, The Glitch. It's a new gaming lounge. I wasn't quite sure what to expect when we walked in, but basically it's a nice big space.
In the heart of West Perth.
Yeah, so right in Subi pretty much. It's got... like
West Perth.
West Perth?
Yeah, we're definitely not nowhere near
definitely
Subi.
West Perth.
My bad. Why do I keep saying Subi?
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's got a bunch of couches set up. One side of the room is Xbox, one side of the room is PlayStation, and then towards the back you've got a few Wii's set up. Now we omitted the Wii's because obviously we can
play those at home.
We've played them plenty of times.
Yeah.
We checked out.
We used it as a chance to check out a lot of the stuff we wouldn't play otherwise.
Yeah.
Games we don't have, consoles we don't have.
Exactly.
And I think that's where the Glitch will get a lot of its business, and hopefully a lot of people coming into it.
Yeah.
Is that thing of like, maybe I have a console at home, but maybe I don't have the space to host people.
Sure.
So maybe we get my friends together and we say, let's all go here. It's a great area. There's food and drinks available for purchase. It's a great sort of area. It's open late.
Upstairs, they have a little lounge where you can do handheld and board game stuff.
Games. Yeah. So they don't have any handhelds at this point, but again, it's
bring your own for that. The upstairs bit is more to get the people in.
Yeah.
They're available for hire as well. So it's not just a, hey, let's go play games. It's, hey, let's hire this out.
Yeah.
We spoke to the owner, Adam.
Yes.
And we had a bit of an interview with him. You can check that video out as well. That'll be in the description. And he told us a little bit about the history of it, how they came to be, and the idea of what's going into the future. And he said, we're going to have, lock-ins where people get locked in. They're there from midnight to 8 a.m.
Like with a midnight launch as well. Yeah. Like that's exciting. So really they're only limited by their imagination. And the guys there were all really nice and approachable and friendly. And it made me want to stay there and go there more.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we'll all be going back.
Yeah. What I like about it is one of the I think it was the general manager, he said, he used to work at EB Games Hay Street when I used to work there. And he left to go pursue this.
Yes.
And stole half the staff there with him. So I recognised pretty much everyone there. I was like, I've worked with you before, so that's cool.
Well, then, it's by gamers and for gamers,
exactly.
Right? And I think that's what's really important is like
that's
having
the way
that gamer mentality,
be.
Right?
Yeah. So that was really interesting. I hope they do well.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
There's a special opening offer as well, right, guys? So it's $10 for... a membership,
and that gives you a free hour.
And that gives you a free hour.
I'm not
so
sure
you really
how
got nothing to lose as well in terms of like
exactly. And the membership will get you discounted entries for events in the future. I think he said it's only for the first week that they're going to have that membership.
So there'll be a few days. Soon. There'll be a few days when this podcast comes up for you to go and try it out. But that's in West Perth. It's on Hay Street in West Perth.
Nowhere near Subiaco.
Nowhere near Subiaco. We'll have the description up for you. But do come along to the Glitch and Nostalgia Box. 2 great new places in Perth to try out.
And don't forget to watch the videos on YouTube because they were painstakingly edited by yours truly.
Yes. Yes.
I've been trying out a few
if you want to get a feel for what the places are and what they're all about.
The video is the great way to do it, guys. Yeah.
Because, the general manager, Adam, was more than willing to share everything in terms of the vision.
Great staff at both those places as well. Look, they are both paid places, but the price is good. You're not going to break the bank by going.
I think the best way Adam actually explained it to us is like, look, you get $10 for an hour of gaming. $10,
doesn't even buy you a movie.
It goes in about 5 minutes of time zone.
Yeah, doesn't buy you a movie. appropriately priced.
Absolutely.
And definitely worth it.
And there'll be more field trips in the future as things progress. Maybe we can go to the next Pokemon tournament. We'll do a little red coin field trip there. Look, guys, as always, like, subscribe, share, comment on the videos. We got iTunes, YouTube, Facebook. We're everywhere. Yes. So check it out.
And please, if you are subscribed on iTunes, rate us 5 stars. It all helps into getting us noticed.
Leave us some comments on YouTube. We love hearing comments.
Yeah, and we want to get some questions from you. We're more than happy to address stuff on here. We've had a few things that we've brought up, but we're definitely looking for more suggestions from you guys. We're happy to take that on board.
Yeah.
And as a favour to me and the rest of the guys at Redcoin, if you're a fan on YouTube, like us on iTunes and Facebook. If you're on Facebook, like us on YouTube and iTunes. The more likes we get, the more comments we get, the more
we can do.
The more we get noticed, and the more we're able to deliver that
content.
Exactly.
And look, we want to go into state. We want to go international with this. So get us there.
Definitely.
You know, we can keep doing this without Chris as well. He's not really.
Yeah, he didn't really. I am still here. I am still here.
Robo Chris is back. Well, we better deal with Robo Chris before he takes over and tries to run us out. But
it's only a matter of time.
Until the next time we meet, is there anything before we go that you guys wanted to touch on? Any last minute pieces of information? Anything?
Be nice to one another and love everyone as if they were yourself.
Don't be like Robo Chris.
That's a great
like, subscribe, share. Like, subscribe, share. Exterminate.